world. Hello, good evening. Okay, well, I just finished eating some chicken. I feel invigorated. Let's do a little before bedtime read. Oh man, I was just lying in bed with Bonita. In case you don't know who Bonita is, that's my cat, Chicken. She has a few nicknames. Bonita Fajita, Chicken Baby, Daddy's Little Fatty. Anyway, we were catching up on old Charlotte Dobray's Am I the Asshole? My gosh, like, people are outrageous. Like, no surprises, but like every time I hear a story, it is scream-worthy. Okay. What deck? Well, you know what? It can't hurt to have a couple Queen of the Moon oracles. I did eventually put Panther back into the proper deck. So, okay. Let's get a little shuffy. Might be a little bit loud. Brace yourself. All right. Calling those crowd favorites. God, Jesus, Grandma, Buddha, Archangels, all ascended masters, all of my benevolent ancestors, anyone that you're working and praying with. Let's go. All right, Grandmama. Ooh, let's see. Oh, let's see, I'm feeling it. This one? Oh, you want to come out too? All right, I like the looks of you. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many? 4 has been coming out a lot. Kind of want to go 6. Okay. Hold on, I gotta put it like this. Gotta do it in order. Okay. So, first card, assessing. Okay. I like this. It's got the number 9. 9 is endings, traditionally. Okay, hold on. Let's put this over here. Okay, so you go over here. Who is next? You. Oh, sovereignty. Look at this beauty queen. She's not fucking around. She looks pleased as punch. Okay. So we have that. Interesting. Let's see. Change the order. Yes, you do want to go this way. Okay. So then we have beginnings. Love to see it. Especially because where I am, we're in wintertime right now. So this threshold, it's a lot warmer. And, oh, it's a new moon. Hey, we just came out of the new moon. Just days ago. Oh, very nice. Very nice. Okay, so who's this guy? Boundaries. Well, this threshold is also reminding me of this. Like the dome. You might want to protect your new beginnings. Yeah, and even like the way she's holding. Yeah, there's something here about cradling, protecting. Yeah, I just want to go like this. Okay. Okay, so which way do we want to go? Oh, interesting. If I go like that. Okay, this feels better. Uh-oh, fear. Okay. And resistance. Vive la resistance. Okay. Look at that French manicure. And I did just say it in French. Oh my god, do we have some Frenchies in the crowd or what? Okay. Well, look, she has her fist up too, but it's all tied up. Uh-oh, but it's also a 2, which is kind of like relationships here. And I'm hearing Soundgarden's Rusty Cage. Yeah, break out of that rusty cage. And run is how the lyric goes. Oh, what a banger song. Okay. And what a song for resistance. Yeah, break out of that rusty cage. New beginnings. Setting boundaries. Yeah, assessing sovereignty. Okay. We've had a real theme. And also, a lot of the readings, I know we've had a couple lovey-dovey readings, but there has been a lot of endings in some of the readings. So, ooh, I love it. Yeah, especially because I can just hear, yeah, Soundgarden, Rusty Cage. If you don't know that song, oh, please do yourself a favor. Stat. And just crank it. Get into the car. Get into the car and crank it. Cruise around to that. Tell me that doesn't blow your hair. Grab you by the short and curlies. Okay. Well, you know what? Heck. I'm really just loving the animal cards. So you know what? I feel like we need a couple animals. Yeah, we had old Honey Badger. I just rewatched Honey Badger Don't Care. Honey Badger Don't Give a Shit. Naturally, YouTube heard the algorithm, put it on my feed. Always great to know it's listening. Okay. Grandmama. Okay, so I can see that the collective here is in a real energy. Oh, yeah. So, I feel some fierce creatures. Golden egg again. Ooh. Okay, now I'm mad about it. Let's place you. Oh, God, now I'm hearing Black Hole Sun. Yeah, Soundgarden's really coming through. Yeah, Wash Away. Okay. Oh, boy. Okay, I'm not gonna start singing right now. I gotta stay focused. Okay. Hold on. Where was the other card that was really calling to me? Here. Quit doing that. Is it you two? Is it you and you? Is it? It's definitely you. Unicorn! Oh, how can we be mad about it? Okay, you go up here. Elephant. Large and in charge. Oh, stomping around. Love this. Okay. 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 Let's put this away. Let me just take a peek here. Oh, you know what's interesting? Hold on. Hold on. Let me get this sassy little card back in the box. It's fighting me. Who's resisting me? Yeah, the resistance. Fight the resistance. Okay. Okay, so what I'm seeing with Golden Egg, and this always seems to come out with Golden Egg. See, look at the illumination. This person's all crouched, and there's this illumination. And see, look at this old little black spot, Black Hole Sun. But we have this egg. Yeah, I feel like there's been like this, what would be the word? I don't know, like all these black crows. Now I'm just thinking of all these like 90s and 2000 bands, like the Black Crowes. Oh man, I love music. Okay, I digress. Well, something has had a real grip on you. Because this, to me, is your truest nature, but what really has a grip on you is fear. Are those actually 11 crows? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, there's 11 crows. A murder of crows. Well, either way, this old golden egg is illuminating you. But I love the way that the story's going. You're assessing. You're in your sovereignty. There's new beginnings. You're about to step through the threshold. You're setting boundaries. Within that, though, there's still some fear. That's normal. Like, I don't care who you are. Unless you're a total sociopath. Fear is real. And I don't know, I just feel like you're fighting for your right. Like, and also, because, like, look at that French manicure tells me everything. Like, not only do you love to have a good fight for your right and all the good things, but you're taking care of yourself, right? Like, that nail isn't broken. That's a fresh mani right there. Okay, so you're taking care of yourself. And that is a form of resistance. Okay, so, well, now that we have all those crows, we need to start with the crow deck. Okay. Yeah, I'm really hearing Black Hole Sun just banging away in my ears right now. Okay. That might be one of your favorite songs. I don't know. Let's get it. I'm gonna do a big chef. Hold on. Okay. Cover your ears. Do a couple more. Really get that fresh energy, you know? One more for shits and gigs. Really get it. Okay. Okay, well, Grandmama. Oh, not on the floor. 1 second. Oh, my laptop. Spirit, because you made me really work for it, and you've been making me work for it all goddamn day. Just tossing cards. I don't accept. See, this is what I mean. You can show a little resistance yourself. I don't care who's dishing it to me. I don't care if it's the Spirit team. If I don't like, I don't like. Okay, Grandmama. Start the story for us. I see a lot here. Start me off with Collective. The Star. And this is the one where he's getting all like floofy in the bird bath. See, this is what I mean. Self-care. What did I just say? Fresh Manny. Yeah. Now you're maybe at a spa, or like you just got a great bath, shower. I don't know, but healing looks good on you. You're enjoying yourself. You're enjoying this healing, this self-care. Oh yeah. Yeah, you're bird bathing, you're getting floofy. You're feeling yourself. I love to see this. Okay, so that's what you hear. Yeah, I'm hearing that song Splish Splash. I was taking a bath. That's a great song too. Okay, so what's going beside the star? So this is your current energy. You're healing, you're self-caring. I feel like you don't have a care in the breeze. Like, look at this scene. You're with your best pal, your little bird friend, out under the stars. Oh, the Hierophant. I did feel like there was maybe a breakup. We don't know yet. Let's get all the cards out here. Let's just see. Let's see. But it did feel like an ending. Breaking out of that rusty cage. Hold on. I need to focus. I was focusing on this guy saying hi. That to me, because the Queen of Swords in this deck also does the same kind of. But then I was thinking about the rusty cage and how this rusty cage actually seems like it's made up of stained glass. And then I was getting artistic. I thought that was actually quite beautiful. Anyway, that's why I wasn't the most focused. Okay, Grandmama, let's continue. Okay, there's something about the stained glass though. And even his little wing is glowing. See? There's this like light glow. We have a library that I go to that I really love. That's like a converted church, cathedral-esque, but they've kept the original stained glass. So it's making me think of that. But Hierophant is also about institutions like higher learning. Although I still suspect this around the end. Anyway, sorry. It's the stained glass. It's very beautiful. Think about that in the cage. Oh, that sometimes our cages, they look beautiful in the beginning. We don't realize it's a cage. We don't realize that we're going to get trapped in this thing. That's what it is. Okay. Well, thank you, Spirit. Okay, no, sorry, I wasn't focused. Okay, so what's going beside the Hierophant? Death. Exactly. Yeah. And see, there's these 3 feathers, which to me feels like the 3 of Swords. Yeah. Okay. Doesn't have to be the end of a relationship, but you've had a significant ending of something. But we see that in the other cards. Okay, so what's going underneath the star? The Ace of Wands. Now, this always reminds me of if you're from Canada and you know Toronto or Scarborough or anything along the waterfront. But this is such a classic Toronto by the water in November. 3 feathers. This is giving with the 3 of Swords, but also like three's a crowd in a marriage. That's just the officiator. You know what I mean? He wasn't invited. He's just there. So yeah, I feel like maybe a little cheater, pumpkin eater. This has come out in a couple of the readings. Now, it doesn't have to be, because there's other ways for relationships to end. But there is this emphasis on 3 feathers, 3 swords. And I was just listening to Charlotte Dobre. And there's always a lot of disgusting cheating stories that, again, you just want to go like this with your eyes. You're like, are you kidding me? What the fuck? Like, what the fuck, people? Oh, holy smokes. Okay, I digress. Well, this Ace of Wands, it's facing the past. So in the past, you were attracted to this person. Well, Toronto also, with the tower, and also kind of the way the city looks, it always reminds me of Seattle as well. So maybe some of you have connections to Toronto or Seattle. Okay, well, in the past you were attracted to this person, but it's stormy. Oh, and because we're talking November, a November Scorpio, was this person a November Scorpio? Okay, who's going underneath the Hierophant? It's okay. Vive la resistance. You have your French manicure. You're looking great. I know you're in a lot of fear right now, but don't worry. Just remember, you're the elephant, the golden egg, and the unicorn. You got this. Okay, Grandmama. Queen of Wands. This is exactly what I mean. And look at, these are my favorite lines. Look at these sexy little honey bunches right here. Oh, just sexy lines. So again, your self-care, you're looking great. You probably don't feel great, but you're taking care of yourself. And I'm telling you, when you do those little things, the rest will follow. You might be a fire sign. I know a lot of Leos that get together with Scorpios. Maybe you're a Leo with the X is the Scorpio. Okay, so Grandmama, what's going underneath Death? Let's get into it. Yeah, I also feel like I'm getting a headache. Well, I am getting a headache. Yeah, you might have a tension headache. Okay, so what's going underneath the Death card? 2 cards. No, please, let's just keep with the system. I see the Wheel of Fortune, but no. Just 1 card, please, for the way that we're laying out right now. I don't want to. The 8 of Swords. But this feels, the 8 of Swords to me is that imprisonment, that cage. So you've technically broken out of 1 cage, but fear creates a secondary cage. And that's normal, because when your whole world has just been upended, and there's really logistical things like, oh man, if you've, sometimes you're on a lease with someone, you've purchased a house with someone, you have a business with this person. Like, there's a lot of logistical things. And in today's climate, it's like, it requires a lot of thoughtfulness as to how to sometimes extricate yourself. So when I see that type of 8 of Swords with the Fear card, it makes sense to me. And then even if you have children, like, it's really hard not to worry, all this talk that, again, the woo community is like, just think, like, come on, my guy. Like, when you're eating shit sandwiches, like you've just eaten shit, your whole world has been upended. There's real life logistical things. Telling someone to not worry is, we all know. It's like, tell me one more time not to worry. Tell me one more fucking time. Flip this fucking table. Okay. So, Grandmama, what's going underneath the Ace of Wands? Justice. And it's funny because this Queen of Wands, ever since there was one reading that I did where I was like, really, like, why is there a stick? And then I was like, and then we had the Justice card, because it's like, these are the two, these are like the two scales on the Justice, see? Okay, well, something's going to be made right. And I know, based off of some of my other readings, we all love to see a little Justice. And you know this is my favorite card. Okay. Well, sorry, I'm just focusing on, I always focus on that white square and the red, what looks like a scarf or a ribbon or whatever's going over the eyes. But whenever I see that color of red with the white, it always makes me think of like the medic box, you know, or like the Swiss, you know, like just the white and the big red cross. And, oh yeah, like a medic kit, so like help. Yeah, I feel like there's help or something gets restored. Something becomes, there's something here about something you can't see. But I also feel, oh, the sword is right there. See, normally I like to see the sword of truth and justice upright, but it's down. And I've never noticed the sword before, to be honest. Okay, well, let's get the last two cards and then we'll clarify. Okay, Grandmama. What's going underneath the Hierophant to the Queen of Wands? The Page of Swords. Okay. Spirit's showing me like this bird is taken off with this sword. See, now it's upright. Somehow, some way, I don't know, there seems to be like some kind of intervention, someone watching behind the scenes, or someone making sure that someone can see the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Okay, so last card. What's going underneath Death to the Eight of Swords? Temperance. Yeah, I feel like there's like a divine, because see the two cups, again, pouring into, but I don't know, there's something here with like a divine intervention, something with a bit of justice. Okay. Well, let's clarify this little deck. Hold on, let's get a little organized here. It's getting a little chaotic. We're working with limited space. Okay. You go over here. Let's get you back in. Yeah, hold on. Let me just, while I'm putting this away, I'll look. Okay, so Grandma, let's talk about the star. Oh, well, again, with this illumination, and even in the star card, see, there's something about this glow, but I also feel like this is like a divine, and because we see like the assessing, I feel like there's, I don't even know if you're aware of it, but there's like this divine presence. But I do feel like it comes from within. Give me a sec here. And then Spirit is showing me that what she's cradling and protecting is this. Now, technically, I know this is the moon, but I feel like it goes with this enchanting unicorn energy. Going back to protecting, and like with this golden egg. Yeah, there's like this really magical preciousness that you carry. I believe it's within you, but I also believe, whether it's someone on your spirit team, but you are being guided. And as you're looking and assessing, because even with like the bindi on the forehead here, oh yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, doesn't the bindi at times indicate, depending whether you're single or not? Maybe I'm wrong in this. Because there's something here about this and this, and I'm really feeling it here, where the headache is. But then there's a different color here. Well, either way, I feel like it's a mark that is differentiating your status. You have a different status now. That, to me, is that you're single. Going back to sovereignty. I don't know if it was this person per se, but I think someone in your life saw your inner light. And as most terrible humans do, especially when we're young, the thing that makes us so precious, so lovable, you just want to cherish and treasure, that's the very thing that terrible humans see and they want to stamp out and destroy. So this relationship may have just been the final thing, allowing you to actually recognize that this thing that seemingly everyone, I don't know, puts you down for or something, or like, there's just something here about you stepping into and reclaiming something about yourself. Now, sovereignty is under this unicorn. And with the boundaries, see, like she's protected. It's almost like she's on the inside of an egg, right? Oh, but see the flower, interesting. It's like it's landed. This flower has like landed on the top of this bubble, but it can't get in. But that's like new life. It's something delicate. Okay, so in trying to protect yourself, and it makes a lot of sense because there's a lot of fear and there's this like resistance. Okay. So it's true. Sometimes in protecting ourselves, the very thing that's protecting ourselves is also the thing that's hindering new things. Yes. And that's part of that secondary cage that I was talking about, because this is also like a boundary. It's like a cage, but now you're you can't see. Okay, well let's clarify. Okay, Grandmama, tell me a little bit more about this star energy for collective. Sorry, I feel like my voice is going, I might be getting sick. I don't know. Whenever I sleep a lot and then I start to get a headache, it's suspicious. Okay. Star cards. Yeah, I just keep going back to, but also it's these angel wings that are glowing. And then with this little friend, and then this glow, yeah, I'm telling you, you really have a lot of divine protection, or like someone in particular on the other side. It might be your grandmama. Who knows? Maybe it's my grandmama. I always say, if you need a grandma who really loved people for real, call on her. Grandma Florine. Okay. So, Grandma, tell me a little bit more. Ooh, the High Priestess. This is what I mean. This is psychic. This is spiritual. Yeah, you're really working behind the scenes. And with that new moon here, and she has it here on her forehead. Oh, yeah, kind of like, see, she's wearing it right here in the middle of the forehead. Oh, yeah, your status went from being taken and in a terrible relationship to sovereign and married to spirit now. Okay, I see what's going on. And the unicorn. Yeah, there's a lot of, like, the power point. Your power point. Aha. Yeah, because really, I want to put this star, like, right here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of pressure. You might feel like you're under a lot of pressure. And I love the colors in here because to me, and I wear it, this is my, where's Grandma's cross? Well, the chain broke when my son was a baby. He grabbed it with his little chubby fist. So anyway, but I always wear my grandma's cross that I gave to her and got back after her death, so I wear it. But for me, the spiritual colors are always blue and purple. So on the yarn here that I've put, it's always blue and purple. That to me is like the two colors of like the divine masculine and the divine feminine, but like, I don't know, when I see the blue and the purple together, I'm like, that's the divine colors. Okay. Okay, so let's get into the Hierophant. Is this around the end of a relationship, or is this like you working the higher knowledge? I do think there's an ending of a relationship, but the Hierophant could just be speaking to the fact that, again, your relationship, you're in a relationship with your spirit team now. Like, it's full on. Okay, so Grandma, tell me about the Hierophant. Let's clarify. The Ace of Wands, and we already have another Ace of Wands. Oh, look, and there's Justice. And those are, it's like the Ace of Wands and then Justice right over here. Okay, so the Hierophant, well, it seems like these two go together, the Ace of Wands and Justice. It's almost like these are the two characters. I don't know, we'll just call this guy Ace of Wands and that Justice. They're working together. So, perhaps, well, there's something here about justice and a passion for it. I don't know if that's literal. Okay, hold on. Okay, well, Grandma. Okay, hold on. Now I need more clarification. Okay, so tell me a bit more about the Hierophant. What is the Hierophant here? 2 cards again. Strength of the 10 of Cups. I don't know. Are you literally deciding to go into law or something? There's something here about, like, the 10 of Cups is ultimate emotional fulfillment. And with this strength, like, wrestling open that mouth, you're just like, open up, Buttercup. I want the truth. Yeah, I want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. I will rip it right out of your little kitty whiskers. Oh. Interesting. Okay. May not be for everyone, but even if it isn't working in law, but I do feel like there's something here. This does seem to be about our new passion. What else would be justice? Well, in any kind of... And resistance. Yeah, like advocating. Yeah, so it's not in terms of like actually becoming a lawyer. There is something here about activism. Fighting the fight. Okay, so it's around activism. If it's not you going specifically into law, which is also another type of advocacy, but like if it's not law, it's then, yeah, you're some kind of activism. Okay, how thrilling. Well, this ear's getting itchy. Spirit's gonna start talking big time. Okay, so the death card. Grandmama, tell me about the death card. No, I just want one card, please. Please, I beg of you. One card. Okay. The Ace of Cups. Well, what's interesting is that we see two birds. And here, there are two birds. Tell me a bit more before I start speaking to it. Okay, tell me about the death card to this Ace of Cups, the emphasis on the two. Either way, though, I'm seeing a lot of you have a newfound love of something. Sorry, guys. I might be getting sick. Okay, so what is the Ace of Cups with the death card? The two birds. Oh, I don't know. King of Cups. Oh, shit, Cinnamon. Well, he is past facing, though. Oh, is this just talking about the bird that died? You were... didn't I say a Scorpio? King of Cups. And see, he has a little teardrop tattooed. Yeah, boo-hoo. I suspect that this is the dead bird out of the two. You're soaring. You're gonna be okay. We all see this. Okay. Yeah. Clarified that. Okay. So, is this Ace of Wands? Is just that them? Is that them? Oh, putting their little wand everywhere? Yuck. Okay, Grandmama, please clarify this Ace of Wands. Judgment. Exactly. It is. Look who's getting blasted. This idiot. This idiot. That idiot. Putting their wand all over town. Ugh. Well, that's why justice is going underneath. Yeah. You're being judged, sir. If we had you on Am I the Asshole, we would all be hitting our is it gavel? Yeah, we'd be banging around being like, you are the asshole. You're a dirt-kicking snake. Get out of here. Ugh. Okay. Grandmama, let's clarify the Queen of Wands. The Six of Wands. Exactly. You're successful. You're a little beauty queen. Look at you. And there's like, you're so beautiful that there's like two of you showing up. Yeah, you triumph. We all know that though. What else is new? You are soaring. Okay, but let's talk about your Eight of Swords. Oh, you're in the Eight of Swords. Okay, hold on. Let me focus. I was thinking about this, that idiot. Okay. Okay, so it's future facing. Let me see that fear card. You've left one cage. That shitty cage, which that idiot, who put a little stained glass on that cage to try to make it enticing. Yeah, they always oversell themselves, don't they? The Moon. Yeah. See, this is around that fear. It's emotional. And I really, like, I'm here to just be so real about, like, not downplaying how hard it is. even just a regular shitty breakup, it's really hard to walk away from people that we like and love or did, let alone, again, when you get into complicated things like having kids with them, being married, sharing businesses, like all those goddamn things. Yeah, see, there's 2 homes. And that moon's crying. Yeah. Because even when you still walk away, even when you're mad enough to be like, fuck this, I'm worth more, fuck you, eat shit, I'm out of here, or like, pack your shit and go, you still have to go through the emotions as well. And so anger is easy to do, but then there's like the feelings behind anger, which is grief, disappointment, betrayal, all those things. Okay, so it's kind of normal. It's not unnormal to be in the 8 of Swords. Okay, so the next card is Justice. So you go from being blinded in a self-made cage of fear. You don't see your way out. You don't know how. But then, because I still believe that this is your energy, you just somehow swoop into being Justice. Is this because you're advocating for yourself? You do it. Sometimes you got to be your own justice. Hand to God. Life story right now. Not very fun, but I really value that quality myself. Yeah. Sometimes, I'm telling you, people are not going to bring you the things that you need, so you got to give it to yourself. Okay, Grandma, tell me about Justice. 4 of Swords. Well, what's interesting is that in this 4 of Swords, it just looks like 3 swords. What you don't see is that actually there's a sword here and a sword here, going back to not seeing. So I think your grief, and 4 swords is about rest. Maybe you haven't been sleeping very well. That's the first order of business. In huge emotional upset, it's counterintuitive because everything about your body, it doesn't want to eat. Stress, like you don't want to sleep, you don't want to eat. But those are the very things that you have to do at minimum to keep everything like sound, like, do you know what I mean? Trust me, I know how hard it is, but it's like really like, that to me is like the ultimate self-care, because the thing that will take you out the fastest is not sleeping and not eating. Hand to God, especially in high stress circumstances. Okay, tell me a little bit more, Grandmama, about Justice to the 4 of Swords. Well, this to me also looks like a big blue eye. But because the 8 of Swords, the eyes were covered. In Justice, the eyes are covered. I think if you were to get a little bit more rest, you could see something. Okay, hold on. Justice to the 4 of Swords. The Knight of Coins. Well, this diamond is looking like this crown to me. To be honest, I think by advocating for yourself, remember what I said, like stepping into your power. Going back to the golden egg, this is what it is. Oh, I can speak from my own experience. These are sometimes some of the things, but oh, there's so many things that can be so unpleasant. And when you're forced to, not forced to, you never have to make that choice, but when you decide to do things like advocate for yourself, to fight for your rights, it does put the crown on your head. It takes a lot to do that, and it is a gift. I ran into my friend Ruby, to be honest, on my way home, and we were talking about this very thing. The price for freedom is excruciating. To be authentic, to advocate for yourself, to live authentically, like all of these things, to speak your mind, like to just be who you are. We don't live in a culture that celebrates that ever. The price of freedom is, it's about going against the grain, going against status quo, and it's really lonely. It's not supported. Like, we pretend like these things are. We always wish that, I want what they have. In order to have that, again, you have to be willing to be all of who you are, to be authentic. Again, it's usually about going against the status quo, going against the grain. No one loves it, I can tell you. I've been doing it my whole life. It's it's lonely. It's fucking lonely. But it does put the crown on your head. So that's why when we see the emperor, normally he is alone. When you get elevated, when you get to a certain point, it's like, I can tell you right now, and we saw it with Jesus, like, there's no one in history that had these things that we venerate, especially in like Wu communities. Like, these people are stoned to death, killed, crucified, like hung, shot, made fun of, bullied, harassed. But you still get the crown, because it does take a lot of strength and courage to walk the lonely path, which is like truth, authenticity. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so where's this Page of Swords going with that sword? Because it does look like that is the sword that's in the Justice card. So clarify this Page of Swords. 2. Okay, well, I'm going to take it only because we're seeing in this Two of Pentacles, again, the balancing, the scales of justice. And I said that Queen of Wands, when it shows like to me, it is talking about justice. Okay, but now we have the Three of Coins. So it does appear, oh yeah, and then with this tooth, there's this balancing. And I think you're really masterful at it. I don't think you quite realize where you're at, or what's about to occur for you. But this is what self-mastery is about. Again, you hear about it in books, YouTube, this and that. This is the shit, the nitty-gritty shit. Like, most people can't even handle, like, oh God, like, someone cutting them off in their car. Like, to go through the real big shit in life. And it looks as though you don't have a ton of supports. So again, to do things alone, to do things that are really, really challenging, all by yourself, like, words are not going to do it justice. Okay, but we see the Three of Coins here. So it is working with someone. So who's coming in? Is it working with your spirit team? Oh yeah, because going back, look at that star. That star is like that big bright star. Ah, get over here. Remember? I was saying. Yeah, I feel like you have a higher calling now. That's who I feel like you're really working with. But really, that's who you want. Humans let you down. Humans are fallible. Not always, but for the most part. So if you really want someone on your team, yeah, the Nine of Wands. Because you're having to fight for yourself. To protect yourself, set boundaries. Again, advocate. Okay, so this is spiritual. And, see, remember where I kept talking about those wings? What did we see in this? In this guy. Yeah, it's your divine team. You and your divine team. How beautiful. Okay, so Temperance. Let's clarify you. The Three of Cups. See, now it's like you and two other... You've got like two real solids right here. And for some reason, yeah, like the angel, this wing, that's what it's looking at. Yeah, you're celebrating with your spirit team. And you make it through. Yeah. Because also, like, look, this is you, but like, look at how galactical, like, there's like cosmology and planets, and like, it's very, yeah, it's just screaming the spirits and the spiritual side. Yeah, so you've really come into yourself. I'm telling you, there's something here, like my third eye right now, my whole head, but there's like, every time I see these things like the unicorn horn and like that star, I just want to place it here. It feels very good. But this to me tells me that your third eye, very active. You have the gift of sight. You definitely have psychic abilities because we saw your star clarified by also the high priestess. And it's right beside the Hierophant. Yeah, like you are, yeah, you're working with a spirit team. I'm telling you, it's you and two others. Or it could be three, but I see it as you and two, someone on your spirit team. And now you have this newfound calling. And I think through advocating for yourself, in whatever way that is, like I said, if it's not law, but now you want to take your gifts of spirituality and who you are, whatever these gifts are, but now use it for activism. And there's so many ways to be an advocate, like whether it's like, literally in law, advocating for like everything. The whole world's on fire right now. You could just literally just turn and pick one thing that you're passionate and be like, no, we need to fight for this. Well, that's just beautiful. Okay, guys, I gotta go. I'm feeling worse and worse by the second, so I gotta go lay down. I gotta rest my dogs. But that is beautiful. You know I'm not mad about it. You know I love to see it. And there's something about this French manicure. It could be environmental activism for some of you. Either way, but again, you have all the things. You're going to look great doing it. You're going to be totally in love. And there's something here about like your moral compass. That integrity, it comes from your faith. Whatever it is that you're working with. Okay. Well, good night, little kitty whiskers. Night, night. Let's get tucked. Yeah, we all need to get kissed on the forehead and have a little pat. Yeah, get tucked. If you got pets, go give them a kiss. If your grandma's still alive and you love the heck out of her, give her a call right now. Say, Grandma, I love you. Night, night. Okay, well, stay blessed. Stay golden. Everyone have a great sleep tonight, okay? Okay.